Oh man. Sorry y'all didn't hear from me. So how y'all guys doing? I'm finally back. Y'all didn't hear from me about weeks probably, but I'm finally back. I had a couple stuff I had to do. Actually, I had a lot of stuff to do, so I've been busy. And then I was very busy, so basically I had to. I was very busy with some stuff to do, so. But today's video is really going to be about the subjects of the history law, SP 582. The subject of law and history being explained as a sort of about some text structures, such as cause, effect, and effect, compare and contrast, chronological, timelines, and data and dot plots. So we're gonna be talking about that today. I haven't really been getting much views from these videos, so I need y'all to help pitch in. The last time I reached that had one like though, so 2 views. That was actually enough on the video. So yeah. So I want y'all guys to help me pitch in for the views, and I might just beg or tell y'all some good old rewards, and also might in the future do get a giveaway. And if it will be a giveaway, I will be maybe giving one friend. Yeah. Now, make sure you subscribe and comment on the views, and let's go ahead and get in the video. We're gonna be basically talking about what I said. We was talking about the law and history stuff, but also I think I'm gonna get maybe we may talk about something else. We're gonna get off probably history, and I might just talk about something else. But we're gonna be talking about maybe the laws and history this time. Beauty queens. We're gonna be talking about the different stuff today. Now, because I believe the children are our future. I believe that laws in the world works as a power station, a power line works. They travel electricity to all of our electronics and stuff. That's how governments and laws work. They travel because of the type of resources we have today, like pencils, paper, and everything, trees, food. They travel and they teleport stuff here, and also make laws for us to have a bigger country, and also make it a united country. Sorry, but I'm laughing at the movie I'm watching here, man. I don't know what it is. Thank you. I will. Thank you. Now, basically, like I said before, it does work, and it makes our laws resist today. But it also give you a chance. Also give you a chance to travel the way laws are worked today. That's correct. I see you brought one of your students. He's not one of my students anymore. He's my husband. Oh. So, you think you're sexy? I have a list of ex-boyfriends that will attest how good I am. There isn't nothing I won't do. What the hell is going on with your eye? What? Do I have an eye booger or something? No. One of your eyes is doing like some to the left. You noticed? Yeah. Well, actually, I have to have one more operation on it. The doctors are tightening the muscle in it after the accident. About 2 years ago, I was making love to my man, and he was packing some serious USDA choice, if you know what I mean. And we had been drinking, and y'all had a car accident. Mahogany, don't you have something you could be doing? Now, basically, like I said before, it does work as power lines, but it also works as like company or station, they all travel around countries and stuff to provide laws. That's the same way it does, just to provide laws and have make us a not country or not. Provide laws. I'm sorry about that. I'm loving the movie.
Accidentally hit me in the eye with such force. I mean, I was blind for almost 3 days, and I've been cockeyed ever since.
It wasn't going too well. And then his fate would have it, the most stunning woman I've ever seen was at the door.
Now, basically, if you think about it, the way all laws work today, though, but it's all a lot of laws around the country, like the Iraqi law, monarchies. I believe it's oligarchy law. It's all different laws in different countries.
You look like that's your name. I don't even know why I asked you. Let's solve.
Now, if you think about it, it's a way that we all know that it's a way that we all know that people are very that all people know the laws, but don't think that laws are just about making crime or controlling crime. It's usually just about transporting the resources we have, but also making sure our country do not have any wars or any problems that can lead to a war. So because it's pretty sure it's like that, because basically it makes our country somewhat united, and wars will never happen. But if you want to think about it, it will be like, just let me see something right here in my hand. Let me say something. Imagine these two rocks right here. Imagine these two rocks right here in my hand. And you compare them with the two types of laws. This is going to be monarchy, and this is going to be oligarchy. The two laws, one each means like a king or a queen that represents a country or a different country or king. But this other right, oligarchy means basically the one that really basically means like any other people, like House of Representatives as a government. So put all that together, you'll get an established government and a stable government, a much powerful government, but not too powerful government to make our laws and stand day. It also happen in different countries to transport resources like oil, sand, paper, trees, and supplies like pencils, notebooks, paper, anything. And it's very stable, so you can think of them as examples. But once another law will join in, and which is going to be this, which is going to be a theocracy, basically it'll be more powerful, but also be more like it'd be more pretty much more united, and also may just control the country a little bit, but not, and won't really cause any wars. And it basically makes our country united and give us the laws and transfer. But if you do put a fourth rock in, which is going to be the last rock, you will get a really better established government. A really better established government. You'll get a powerful government that can really take over the world and stuff. But if you just take two of them rocks away, you can get somewhat of a established government, but also not too powerful government. In order to have that balanced government, and don't have to be too much powerful. You know what I'm saying? Now, I learned in school before. If you ever been to school, you can see like you got law studies, law civics. You learn in school that you ever heard of the cases. You ever heard of the cases? You ever heard of board application versus the other guy? That right there was actually just a case that was all that was established. That was established on basically not letting a black person inside a white school because basically they thought that their color and race was not really established with the way they looked.
Oh my. Hey.
Now, basically, if you can think about all of that happening, it's established the way we go. But I'm gonna get another subject here, and I'm also gonna tell you another about another case. Now, it does include a former president we did have in the United States.
Do you need to tell us something about yourself that you didn't tell us earlier?
We do have a former president. His name is George Bush. Now, if you don't know, he was actually part of the Watergate.
Well, yes, I do. But it won't be a problem. It's not that large. It won't get in the way. I haven't done any
Caramel turned out to be a dude. But we hired anyway. She might be a dude, but she was fine as hell. I don't care what anybody says. Now, I pretty much narrowed down the women I want to marry. I was missing one thing. White. What's your name?
I'm Susie.
Susie. Oh, okay. How long were you waiting in line outside?
About 6 hours.
I hear like a little accent. Where you from?
Well, I'm from Memphis, Tennessee.
Memphis.
Yeah.
Memphis, Tennessee.
Now, basically, we can think about it.
Wow, yes.
Another case is Bush he was part of the Watergate scandal. So
These ain't stones.
Nixon versus Nixon. So well, technically, yeah. Bush versus no versus.
You know, I have a dental plan.
Well, no, Bush versus go. My bad. Not Nixon. Well, yeah.
It died. I got a root canal, something. It says one
Now, basically, what happened in that case is they had a lot of votes. Really, Bush had the most votes, so it really didn't matter even though he was part of the game. They still made him president, but really,
I saw it though.
they
Wow.
didn't want to make Gore a president, so instead they just let the Watergate scandal.
I used to work for my old man.
He did somewhere get in trouble though. They didn't find any evidence of him being like any evidence of it, but
It's a long story.
and they tried to.
You can tell us. You got time. It's okay.
And plus, it could be like
My old man, he's one of the best pimps in Memphis, Tennessee.
Mm.
Yeah. He was also talented. Yeah. He always wanted to be a rapper. He could rap good. You know, it's hard to walk with a limp. On your shoes, all my money is spent. Hustling, making loot. Cause I have to wear corrected boots.
Oh, come on, man. Sing the song. Put some baby in the song, man. Sing it.
You know it's hard to walk with a limp. On your shoes, all my money is spent. Hustling, making loot. Cause I have to wear corrected boots. You know it's hard to walk with a limp. On your shoes, all my money is spent. Hustling, making loot. Cause I have to wear corrected boots. You know it's hard to walk with a limp. You don't know. My man put a demo together that day, and he went to meet the big time rapper MC Headslam, because he knew that MC Headslam could put him on.
Man, why is you crying?
Man, Terrence Howard, like, man, crying every movie.
Oh, so
oh, yeah, I'm laughing at the movie though. But basically, if you think about it, that's the way it works the way today actually doing. I have another case I'm going to tell you about. Kuvar, I think, versus Hazelwood. Basically, it was about. Also, I'm laughing at the movie. But basically, that case was actually technically about somebody, I believe, go inside. Somebody was writing something that was inappropriate at school, and in the white school pretty much, and it got took to court. But really, the statement was they said this. The little court said they didn't want. Technically, you shouldn't justify the justice for like rent something, but technically they let it go, and they didn't really. I mean, they did give him a cut. I think they gave him some rest time. Yeah, but that's the way it works today. That's the way that case really didn't work. Now, if you compare all three of these cases, and I'm gonna show you what the rocks I have here. If you compare with this rock here, this rock right here is the Hazel, is Vladimir, and the Hazelwood case. This is Bush. This is Gore case, and this is the Brown Verification case. Now, if you get all of them together, basically some of them, these two right here, the Hazelwood and the Bush one, they're very similar because basically they're talking about a scandal or somebody doing something that poses as a threat to our world. But this one just basically about race. But technically, these two are actually the same too as well, because they really have that comparison of being. Yeah, comparison.
But you know what? T's record about a corrective boot, it became a huge underground record in Memphis. But T didn't make a dime on it. Someone down on bootlegged it. Can you believe that? I mean,
Not exactly ugly, but you know, we could keep moving in more tissues.
So basically, if you can think about it, it could be. It could basically be that kind of way to have a chance to.
Alright, look, y'all, stop. It's funny. Y'all got me. Jokes on JoJo.
Now, basically, it's a way to communicate our world that can be very. It can be very complicated, but main laws. If you can pay these three rocks, if they come together, they can make some kind of cases that are based on race, laws, and of color, and everything. But it really is based on that, because the world operates on that. It really goes around, orbits on there and everything. Reason we have seasons. Now, basically, if you can get what I'm talking about, and I think I am gonna. I didn't say anything about the awards, guys. So I think I'm gonna be saying some awards right now. I know just the 18 minutes of video right there. That's half of what I'm gonna be. I know it's only half of the video. That's 18 minutes. I know it's only half the video right now, but.
I'm sorry. This is my money.
Look, she's trying to embarrass you for everybody. Take it out there. Say, give me the money, bitch.
Hey. I said, give me the money, bitch.
Call me out of my name again.
This is a funny movie, man.
I said, oh, okay, watch it. Okay, give me half of it if you want. I don't even mind it. Okay, you got a check? If a check is due for rare. Okay, that's good. I think I'm saying that I do good. Oh, Jesus. Okay.
I don't need this.
Now, basically, you can think about it. Now, basically, the awards are going to be doing right now. They're going to really be based on the type of laws we have there. And I'm going to give it to the winning law, the one that's really most responsibility for transporting resources, like a power lines, like a company. I'm gonna give that to the most one that's really responsible for the way our country works today. So let's go ahead at the top. 3 guys, 3 laws I'm gonna have that's gonna get the rewards, gonna get jealousy, monarchy, and oligarchy. Now this award goes to the laws award is gonna go to because basically it goes. Congratulations, man! You win the award because it's mostly responsible for the kings and queens. They're responsible for transport stuff around the country, but also like laws, but also can still have power, and that's why they give it laws. It's not physically really responsible for anything too much, but it does help with some stuff or it's responsible for some stuff because it gives us a chance to have that power of being a powerful government. Of being a powerful government because basically it relies on it though because if you can think about that, it has the way to be very powerful. Now, based on this actually is gonna be a long video. I am in the mood today. Matter of fact, I'm in the mood for a 1 hour video probably, but
My name is Avery, not Overy. You know my name is Avery.
now basically you can think about it. You can think about it though, man. The way the laws, all different type of laws are not really responsible. But some laws are not. And them kind of laws, some laws that I'm talking about here, and the topic we're gonna be getting on. And the type of laws that don't really have that are responsible. And speaking of them laws, the guys ain't responsible are usually basic theory or oligarchy, but
Trey said goodbye to the gangster life. Went to school, received his law degree, and is now known as Judge Trey Dukes.
Your Honor, we was together for like 6 months, and then stuff just started coming up missing.
Like what?
Took my washer and dryer.
That would be a lie, Your Honor. I just took the dryer.
It doesn't matter. You still took it.
Your Honor, this is just some angry, vengeful woman stuff. She's angry because I don't want her. Look at her. She's let herself. Okay, now when he met you, he did make you that he was thief, right?
Correct.
Well, that don't take rocket science.
now basically the type of law, the type of laws that I forgot. The type of laws that I'm talking about, they're not really responsible for what we do today is basically I don't really know any other laws. I do probably. You got Moti something, and then technically I'm gonna talk about the governments. There's a lot of governments that really ain't responsible, but it's really House of Representatives and Congress that they're somewhat responsible, but all they really do is just they evacuate crime and also just sign peace treaties and stuff, and also meet with different countries to give goods or treaties or something, and trade stuff and trade resources here. But if you think about that, there are all types of laws, and there's about maybe even about 50 laws in each country and each country is about 50 countries. So basically it's about 50 laws in all them countries because if it's 50 countries, it's 50 laws. Because basically we have all laws here. Some do not have laws, so technically it could be like another number than the countries, but it can't be the same number than 50.
No, we have a not doggy.
Is that you? Hey, I don't even want to discuss Starlight. I really don't.
But basically,
Starlight is not coming back. She just bought a new home in Potomac.
Yes.
it revolves around the way we do today. But technically, If you think about it, House of Resentment is maybe about more than like 450 members of the Congress and stuff, and they also part of the Congress and stuff. But wait, I'll be back. Yes, I'm pretty sure there is, and that's the way it works evolves today. So hang on here, guys. I'm gonna be right back in about maybe 20 seconds or so, 20 minutes. I'm just gonna be going down there, do something right quick, and I'll be back.
Houston, we have a problem. Angela just wrote a check with the mouth, so we won't be able to take it. Okay, listen. If you see her looking for something, help her. Okay, this weekend's a big weekend. All-Star weekend. Hey, listen up now. So what I'm saying is this, okay? Every NBA player is in town. Love is going to be crazy tonight. I need you guys to get dressed. I need you to bring back some money. Time out, ladies. Listen, committee, you're responsible for her teeth. I want to change today. And she's saying, I got it. Thank you. Please, sit down. You sit down. How are we supposed to recognize that they act? Just relax and just look straight ahead. Hey, Look, I have some religious materials for Prophet. I'd like to give it to him, please.
He's not home.
You know what? Can you help me? I can help you.
I can help you.
I can help you walk.
Walk?
Feel it. Yes, like a man in a walk.
Walk?
Get about that shit.
I feel like it.
Come to me.
I'm coming.
Come on. I know. I know. Yes. Listen to me, man. You can give him another chance, man. Why are you always trying to be hard on us brothers?
Don't forget I'm black. Struggle. I lived in the hood.
All right, how y'all doing, man? God dang it, man. I just had to go do something right quick, but
You're always trying to get white people a break.
but basically, like I was saying before,
All right, man. 2,200 hours. We're gonna get damn cookies and all of it. Good.
now basically what I was talking about last time ago, it basically the type of laws we had today really. I might not even be talking about laws anymore. As a matter of fact, we're gonna get off that. Let's go into a different subject, and this is gonna be talking about all the people that has done good for this country, particularly in the history times and the history back in the 1990s. Now you may know him, Leonardo da Vinci. You might not know him. He's actually everything in math, a scientist in math. He did math and mathematics and stuff and everything. And pretty much did some stuff. So basically, but if you can think about it, he actually changed good, and he's one. He's actually just the one. He's actually the one that made flight, flying.
Oh, yeah, well, I ain't saying the whole thing, but from my vantage point, I see the police officers coming in from over there.
But basically,
southern part of the block.
Yes, ma'am. And then everybody starts to run north. And then some men just start to be fighting on police over there.
I'm watching. Sorry about that. I'm just laughing at something movie I'm watching, but basically,
The Popo come from south side, and then some men started fighting right there. Well, I couldn't have put it any better. There you have it, an eyewitness report from the biggest bust this city has seen in years.
And basically, transaction by the way it works because
Don't worry, Snowflake. Come for you.
and also about revolving the way it works today though. So, but
Okay. I'll bury all your cockroaches.
Yes, in that chair.
No problem. Oh, hey, nigga.
now basically,
I'm calling the NAACP, the Urban League, Al Sharpton, Jesse Jackson, the HBCU.
now basically, now he actually Leo Angel he actually just changed the flight of it, but it really was somebody else that attempted to do that too and follow the footsteps of Leonardo da Vinci. His name he wasn't really too known, but they did make a statue after him. So basically, he was very he did achieve something and tried to. He did have many injuries sustained after just trying attempts because basically he wanted to have a chance at.
Children, what did you just say? The child protection people came by and took the kids.
Wait, where did they take my kids, JoJo?
Kids in foster kids.
Oh my God. JoJo, wait, how are you gonna let them take my kids?
You know what you would be in charge with? They got you on prostitution and 3 counts of child endangerment. Like, that's serious. Now, what I do know, because I talked to the officer, he said that after your hearing is passed, then you got a better chance of getting your kids back. More than likely, you
Rudy would have never allowed them to take my kids. Get me the hell out of here so I can go and I can get my kids. What about the children, JoJo? What about the children?
The next morning, I went to Mount Penny's and sold Susie Tim's necklace to Mama Loud. Now I knew I could get at least $3 grand from the car. Got $500. Yeah, that's all I could get. But thank God for Avery, because he was selling clean beef by the court. I still didn't have enough money to get Angela out of jail. Hey man, listen, man. It's no tension.
Now basically,
I'm a bitch. Well, you a bitch. No. Stone. Get out, man. Grandma, I got to go. Okay, I'll pick you up from church on Sunday. Okay, I love you too. Oh, my bag section. Wow.
now basically, really somebody tried to attend it, but they had put him in the statue though. So still, he suffered a lot of injury chances. They try to be successful at it, and people didn't really too much really know him, but until probably about in 2000s right now. Although people probably still don't know him today, but they say he did change the way of flight as well and try to follow Leo da Vinci's footsteps. So yeah. Now basically, this is actually just a painting right now. You might know him. He's actually the one that actually painted the little chapel, the little Sistine Chapel thing, I think. And his name is Michelangelo. If you think about that, it's actually the name of a Ninja Turtle. If you've seen the Ninja Turtle movie and series and action figures, they name Michelangelo. They name that little turtle named Michelangelo. He's someone they named him after the name come from artists named Michelangelo. And he's the one that actually built the 16th chapel, or paint the 16th chapel as well. They also built it, but he's the one that paints stuff and everything, paint on roofs. Now, basically, I do know where he was born at. I'm pretty sure he was born somewhat in the South Italy side, and probably somewhere in 1926 and 1930s. And I think he had a mother and a father, Italian father, and I'm pretty sure the father probably died. The mother died, and then his father made his very own paint shop, and he sell paintings. Then when he was like 19, he actually went to go ahead and paint stuff and sell them to get money because he was very poor and he didn't have really too much stuff. I mean, he didn't really have what other people can get. So therefore, a reason to get what he can get, he ended up having people recognize him all through over the world because of his paintings and also painting Sistine Chapel. But he also started doing sculptures and stuff, and was doing like iron and stuff and building stuff. But also started painting on high stuff, and it was not really easy painting back then because it up top because you had to use a ladder. Well, not a ladder, you had to you had to sit on upside down on the wall and paint. And he usually would take long breaks. And he would usually just take long breaks to help him not really be too tired now. And then it became very easy for him to paint up there because basically all the colors he used were basically pretty much watercolors paints. I mean, he's most recognizable. But then he died back in the 1990s and to death. So, and his work's very, very known for today because he built Sistine Chapel, which is still here today. And I believe in a country basically somewhere of Italy. So basically, yeah, Sistine Chapel or in New England, and he really did paint that. And he's mostly known for that also, but very known for his paintings up top and also his statues. So he's very known for that. He's the one that really changed the way the painting. He also he's basically an architect, okay, and a painter because he built and painted Sistine Chapel. And he had basically shaped the way it was today. And he built something that he thought to him was very useful to the world, to the country, and ended up being recognized for his work for doing that and his painting. So happy birthday. And really, I don't know really what his birthday is, but some say it could be on March. You never know. And it is March today.
I worked in prepaid legal for like 3 weeks.
We don't even know. I don't even know when his birthday is though, really, but we'll never know. And also another painter. You might just know him. As a matter of fact, everybody know him really. I'm trying to remember his name. You remember the guy that he's a guy, the painter guy. His name is somewhat. He's the one that cut his ear off, and he was the one painting little sun things. Yeah, he's more recognized for his paintings as well.
Maybe I'm just like my brother. You understand what I'm
Now,
saying?
basically, I do know what his name was, and he's the guy that cut the ear off. But basically, he was born somewhat on the side of maybe Paris. Yeah, he was on Paris. Yeah, he was born in Paris, actually, technically, yeah. And somewhere in the 1990s and the 1980s, but also somewhere in the 1960s and stuff. And he grew up without a father and with a mother that cared about him. And just like that, when he was 24 years old, he painted paintings. And also another thing that happened to him too as well, he painted paintings. And the famous painting he really did paint it was he started painting paintings when he was like probably 16 or 24 years of age. And then he painted paintings that was basically outside of his home country, like Paris. And then he decided to add a little bit of color to his picture, so he decided to add like the vibrant colors, not too bright colors, but like just yellow and stuff. And then that's where he got his idea for his other painting that with the one with the suns. He want to have talked about. He don't want to have make paintings about. Make painting about the suns and the suns in the little Paris of the night of his own country. He's doing him that, but he's the most famous worldwide of all his paintings.
The District of Columbia
Now,
recommend that
he
you
did have a
suspend
wife, I believe. I'm pretty sure he did have
to the
one.
fullest
Actually, yeah,
extent
two wives.
of the law.
Yeah, one that had miscarriage, but she also died. They also have one, but now he has one that really did have really had kept on that really died. So now most days you really just pay outside his home, but yeah. And I know how many he actually does though. So, and well, actually, I'm gonna tell you about the incident he had cut his ear off.
Now my children, they are well taken
The
care of.
accident, see, when he was inside, he was in a mental hospital and with a roommate, and they actually got in an argument, technically, but. And then he decided to cut his ear off, and he cut the ear off, and he was bleeding. So basically, that you see without no ear. That's why you don't really see without no ear. Now,
With a clear conscience.
he really doesn't. He was pretty, and then he died in the 1990s. But his work is very recognized today. As a matter of fact, they probably have a scholarship, I think, but I don't know. I've never seen it really. And plus, today in schools, they learn about him much more. And plus, this is what I did too, and plus, some people are trying to copy his paintings and stuff. But he's also most really known for his paintings, and also the other one about his own country one. That's what's known. And also, the last suffer too. That tell you about. Now he basically really didn't have. He's basically didn't really have too much of.
Everything is back to normal now. The neighborhood is back. Angela was found innocent and the kids were returned to it. Unfortunately, the Vows are having a little problem primarily with the health department and the SPCN.
You cannot do this to me. I can teach everyone again.
Miles Loss is my game. I sold the escort business to Sexy City. Then I took the proceeds out and bought all the Miles business. Yeah, you see that? Dreams do come true. Wait. That's not the end of the story. Angela became the United States Senator of the great state of Louisiana. She's out of the business now. She successfully sued the prosthetic company in Oregon and received a nice settlement and is now working for Angela as her press secretary. Peyton is doing great, but still has Sasha problem.
What, Sasha?
I'm pregnant.
You're not even showing. And that's an anal thermometer. Oh. Who got you pregnant? Sean John?
My cousin Avery has a successful hair transplant business.
From Avery Enterprises. Are you losing your hair prematurely? Now, there's the Pubic Hair Club for men.
I used to always wear a baseball cap because my thin hairline used to make me look older than I was. But then I found out about the Pubic Hair Club for men. It lifted me now. I mean, it changed my life. I mean, I've never looked better. I feel sexy.
Yes, the Pubic Hair Club for Men is a painless
Now,
procedure
basically,
where hair follicles are removed from
I'm gonna talk about another guy.
also known as the nutsack.
But also
And
about
placed on your
others.
The Pubic Hair Club for Men has made Taquan look like a totally new person. And the amazing thing is, he's grown a totally new grade of hair. Yes, baby, you've got good hair now. It smells a little salty, but it looks so good.
Hey, bro.
The Pubic
Hey.
Hair Club for Men. Call now. From Avery Labs Incorporated.
Vanity now works at a cosmetic counter at a major department store applying makeup.
There it is.
In this big role, she lost her title after getting caught in an uncompromising lip lock with another woman while getting involved in a drunken bar fight.
I just want to say I am sorry to all the little children. The precious, tiny little children.
I've been a little rough for her. That's my job. And Sebastian still doing that hood thing.
But basically, if you can think about it, now that's another artist I'm gonna be talking about now. I mean, well, technically, I mean, it's really, I think it might be he or her though. I'm not trying to discriminate. Her name is Vladimir Joyce Vladimir. Yeah. I don't really know. I'm pretty sure she was somewhat born in the South, or he was somewhat born in the South of the elite or Europe or something. But he was basically not really painting too much. He really wasn't. He was poor. I mean, he was not poor, but he was poor. Yeah, poor. And he had he's very poor, so he really didn't do too much painting. And he had to buy a lot of supplies for supplies for painting, so he didn't really paint too much. But he was very recognized by so now he wasn't recognized by a lot of people because better people know him. But today,
you guys feel free to stop by whenever you want. I gotta go though. I got some customers. Hey, you look, you buy, huh? Yes, buy.
Don't your hands up. You know what's going down.
now it basically goes the way everything goes today. Now this has been a long stream. I think I'm gonna put it to a 1 hour. I never actually did a 1 hour video, so guys, this is gonna be my first 1 hour video. I think I would do it because it's kind of I have been talking and rambling a lot, so it could be what I could do. Now, if you can think about it, he was very poor, but really not really too much people didn't recognize his work. But he also died. Really didn't somebody had, but back in the 1990s to 2000, somebody did publish his paintings. Somebody he was now recognized, but not still too much people did not recognize him. So they ended up not really doing nothing too much of his paintings, but they did put him in museums. Some of his paintings are today in museums and very recognized today. But he hasn't really been like very recognized because people didn't really know him too much, and he wasn't too much of a painter. And he didn't paint too much portraits, and he was too poor to get paint supplies. So he had to paint some stuff he could paint with the regular paint he would use. So yeah. Then all the people that really did help us back in the 1990s because back in the 1990s they the ones that actually came up with inventions to have resources we have today. And just like Thomas Edison, he came up with the light bulb. He used light bulb. He also made many things like a photograph thing. He used that little photo thing. He came up with many stuff to use because he came up with a lot of stuff because basically because he wanted to make more than one thing and more invention because he didn't want to be like he would have made more stuff to help the country and stuff. But he was also making tons of stuff to help. But also another guy was making tons of stuff. His name was, Graham Bell. You might know him. His mother and father was deaf, I believe. And he had to make some, and he didn't believe in sign languages, so he actually wanted all the people that was deaf or blind. They wanted them to actually answer the telephone. That way they can communicate through a phone and they can communicate not using sign languages. So he wanted to do that. And he made more. He really only made one invention, but he's really known for the work, which actually made our record today. But if you can think about it,
Stand back. I feel hot enough. Richard, you're a genius. Nice, boss. I'm glad to see you. What are they? What? What was that? I said, oh, it's a pipe. Here I am, Charlie. You okay? Okay. Here I am. I'm so sorry.
now basically it revolves. Basically, all the inventions they made today, it's one more guy you really don't know. I didn't really know him either technically, but I learned so about him. It was a guy that made a cool like for refrigerators and stuff. And he the one that made all that stuff, refrigerators and stuff. But also made something you can put in the truck. And I don't really know what his name was, but he really didn't have too much stuff. He was recognized. He was very recognized around the country still, but he made a company with his own people, and they made a lot of money to help him get his inventions in. But basically, I think he did that, and now people they recognize him a little bit more, but they really don't recognize him more today because they didn't really see too much of his inventions. Now, just in case you weren't, if ain't nobody made chocolate, well, did anybody make chocolate? nobody had made chocolate. But that's where you're wrong, my friend, because somebody did make chocolate, but they made chocolate, but they fought from another from the group of guys that was making chocolate, and that, sir, is the guy himself that did that, because I don't really know what his name was, but he dedicated on the group of guys. He saw a group of guys having chocolate, making chocolate in the chocolate factory, pretty much. And he decided to make chocolate and have his own company and make some chocolate himself. And he sold it around the country. And he got really recognized. And he decided decided to use milk chocolate instead of other chocolate, because milk chocolate is somewhat that sweet, and it still got milk in it though. But every chocolate still got milk in it. And somewhat probably dark chocolate too. And then he would start selling the bars, and they wouldn't be too expensive. They would be about like $5 each. And then people would give him. That's what he was most recognized for, chocolate bars. And then he formed the company that helped him sell millions of chocolate bars, and got a lot of money. But really, he donated some of that money to some group. It really hasn't really been changing much about it. Now he died, but many people still recognize his work for making chocolate. And just in case you don't know who made chocolate, you can remember that guy. He's the one that made chocolate, just like the one that made ice cream. And just in case you don't know who made ice cream either, I'm gonna tell you about that too. It was a guy named, I don't know what his name was, but he was a sugar cane. He was in California, I believe. And he had an ice cream stand. It was somewhere outside the fair. And he was selling sugar cones. And then I guess he had ice cream, and he started to put ice cream in it. And then that's when he came up with the idea of having ice cream. And that's how the eventual ice cream came to be. But also, I'm going to tell you another one about a guy. If you don't know what chips come from, you asked the right guy. Basically, it was a guy that had made chips, but basically it's not really chips. He made chips he actually discovered chips by actually just probably buying a bag and also seeing how it was. But he decided to make chips his own. And he wanted to have that invention by making chips and stuff. So basically, really, if you don't know how to make chips, it's just really made by. If you hear that little crackle inside, if you hear like, it is so crunchy, it's really just made by that. It could be like cornmeal, something, sugar, salt, and then you also gotta put a type of flavor. It can either be classic, barbecue, dill pickle. It can be a lot of flavors. Cool. You can make like a different brand. And he actually made on like the Doritos stuff. That's how the chips come from today. Now, I'm gonna tell you about one more person that actually did do a difference that was pretty good. I should say. It was a guy. It's actually about. Actually, that's actually. And to be honest, I'm actually gonna be talking about two people actually, but it's actually one of them is gonna be the one I actually just said that. You know who invented the light bulb? Thomas Edison. That's right. He's the one that actually try to make a movie theater because back in the movies, really people were actually watching like Cars. Movies weren't really that formal. They didn't really have popcorn back then either because they feel like they just watch the movie without any popcorn. And plus, sometimes they just watch movies on the car. You didn't watch on the big screen. You be riding there and you be with the car. They wouldn't be doing like the stuff you be. Like, but a guy in Thomas Edison, he had actually created a movie theater and people watched it. And he actually had used some kind of movie projector thing for his movies. And they didn't have any popcorn. And also another guy, he named them and he bought some kind of technology projector from somebody. And he decided to use an old abandoned kind of place to make a movie theater. And he did just that. He did just that, and he decided to have, and people started coming there and watching movies. Yeah, he will have a lot of old movies that you wouldn't see back in the day. That some people saying like James Dean, even Wonder Woman, Superman, stuff, Batman, and people started coming there, and like I said before. They didn't really have any popcorn back then. But he decided to put popcorn in there anyway, and that's how popcorn was actually added juice as well. But also somebody else made popcorn too. Well, I don't really know what made popcorn, but that's how it got introduced as well. So technically, like I said before, originally they didn't want to eat any popcorn when they was in the kids, or when he was like on top of the party. But then, yeah, he changed all of that by just having popcorn, and a lot of people would be coming there to see the movies, even like thousands, millions, even like billions were getting there. Even it'll be a lot of people coming, and sometimes the movies can be expensive, but a lot of people don't care. They just be seeing it. And that's how the news moves today. Like all different kind of movies, like Bad Boys. You got like all the movies coming out. They have movies now. Now I don't really know how soda got there, but I guess they decided to put that with in all the food and stuff. Decided to put that there with the popcorn in case anybody else gets hungry. Because you can bring your own food, but if you're in a movie theater, you just decide to like if it's like watching a movie at home. You usually have popcorn with you, but also something to drink with you too. And they figure they can put something in there before you eat while you watch a movie, but also enjoy something while you watch a movie. Because you don't want to just not eat nothing. Especially if you already ate something, you just eat something again. But, yeah. And hundreds of people, a lot of get in there. A lot of people. And they'll be getting paid a huge amount of money. Okay? I'm telling you, they would be. Now, another adventure, I don't know. It's a lot of adventures I do know. Now, I'm not really sure who did me, and I'm not really sure. Huh. Well, we're not be talking about adventures. How about we just? It's one woman that you may not know that was actually deaf and blind. It would actually be an example. Her name was Helen Keller. Now, back in there, she was born with her father, and I think she had some siblings too. And she really didn't like to read. But then she had got a disease, and I believe it was probably polio, but it was a disease, and that left her deaf and blind, and then her parents didn't really know what to do to help her. And she started having tantrums and stuff, and stuff. So they decided to give her like a teacher. And her name, she actually turned out to be like a big difference. But really, she didn't really understand. She kept throwing a lot of changes, the words she said. But then she started to, when she grew up eventually more, she started to get the words said. And then she went to college for the deaf and blind to be. She went to college for the deaf and blind. And she also got, she graduated. And so really that's all she did. And also, but then she died in that time. And I don't really now most people really do recognize her for like overcoming and reading words and going to school. And basically also because she's deaf and blind, she can still be doing anything she wants to do. Now many people do recognize her because people have written books about her. Like now, there's one more woman that actually you may know her because she's very famous. Like the one, it's the talk about her in this, and then plus this year, the other year, the teenager came on the movie and didn't hear it, and that rings a bell, don't it? Harriet Tubman. Harriet Tubman. She was basically known for making slaves escape to the railroad, the little underground railroad, and that actually was not like a railroad. That was just a bunch of outhouses, technically. And she was just the conductor of it, but she was just trying to work on the company. She was a good spy. But in the World War II, she was working as she was helping people in the World War II, Italy and stuff. But then she decided. But really, in the 1990s, she was born. Her real name was really Minty. They were parents. And then she couldn't read really, because they wouldn't allow that. And she wanted to escape. She made a plan, and she also escaped and then agreed to the conductor. But she also got her daughters to go too. And then she also married a man. She met a man. And I forgot what his name was, but a good man. All three of them there, guys. And then she was a conductor. Then she saw slaves, and she started to move all the slaves out there and move to our houses. And she was very responsible. And nobody really didn't read. No white man was to look for her, so they just had. And she was really successful for that. That's what she was successful for. Now most people know her for everything because of that. Because she took our slavery. She basically freed it, and she basically helped our slavery be. She helped slavery be gone and noticed. But really, the other guy, he actually really helped that. But if you think about it, the way our world works today, of all the Avengers and all everything, it works to go in peace, harmony.
Keep going.
So I think I'm gonna end the video here. It's been 1 hour. I have been rambling for like a long time, but I did first 1 hour video. I think I'm gonna be live streaming tomorrow as well, guys. I think I'm gonna be starting the live stream on. I will be. So, and Mom may have some stuff playing. We're gonna be talking about the subject and stuff. We'll also be talking about the Avengers and stuff. All that. So we're gonna be continuing, maybe just 50. And it's one. So basically, make sure you guys comment and subscribe, give them views, and picture. I need more views. I've been losing views lately. And I'll see you guys tomorrow for episode 20. We're on episode 20. Yes, and peace out. I'll see y'all guys. Tomorrow will be a special Prime Day because we're gonna be talking about all the stuff that we did, all thing about history and stuff. So I want to let y'all know about that. It's gonna be a good thing. So make sure you subscribe, comment, and peace out. I'm coming, little mom. I'm coming, mama. All right, mama. I just said all right.